Hello guys, came to I'm your host Nishit. The way I'm recording this video 2 days after we left the ICC World Cup trophy, and yes, I'm still feeling the same excitement, the same joy, and I cannot just stop watching the highlights. Well, that's what made me think the subject of our video. Why does every lose or every win when we are watching cricket or when we are watching any sport feels so personal? What is it about sports that makes it so inclusive? Well, you could be in the stadiums, you could be in a room alone watching a game, and you would still feel that you are on the ground feeling the same pressure as the players are. Of course, there's much more pressure on the players, but as a fan, you always feel that the lose or a win is so much more personal. And I come to the conclusion that it is because of the stories, the human stories that surround sports. It is the human stories that we can relate and resonate to. The stories that inspire, the stories that move, the stories that emotionally shake us. Yes, there are a lot of stories in this Indian win that we saw in the World Cup, and I am trying to cover a few of them in this video. Well, without wasting any further time, let's dig in deep. Before we move forward, please hit that like button, click that subscribe button, and share the video as much as possible because there's amazing content that is coming up your way. And now, moving forward to the Indian cricket team story. First of all, just let's discuss the bunch of players and the Indian cricket team story that we just had. It was the 2023 ODI World Cup. I was in the stadium, 19th November. Everything leading up to that game, it always felt like the World Cup is ours. There's no way that India can lose this. But then, coming out of the stadium, I was broken, shattered. And it was not just the fans, but more so the players. रोहित शर्मा का एक इंटरव्यू भी मैंने देखा था where he just said that the next day he woke up and he was like, was it a dream? Was it a nightmare that we just had yesterday? The World Cup final is still to come, right? But it was not to be. It was done and dusted, and the pain, the desperation to win, the hunger to win still remain intact. The coaching staff was given a 6-month extension. Rohit Sharma was declared the captain of the T20 World Cup coming up, and it was the trust ensured by the BCCI towards the senior players and the coaching staff to continue to give it that one more push, one more try into the ICC tournaments. And well, they surely did. Well, starting off the T20 World Cup, as a fan, and as most of the fans did, it was like कम ही expectations रखते हैं क्योंकि expectation कम रखेंगे तो दुख भी कम होगा. But yes, just the way that Indian cricket team played, this expectation slowly kept on building. Well, we went into the Super 8s undefeated, but that one match that really cracked us up as fans was the India versus Pakistan game where we defended 119 runs. It was the bowling unit that came to the party. And throughout this World Cup, it was definitely proved that batters win you game, but bowlers win you the championships. Bowling for Team India was in terrific form. Do remember, Mohammad Siraj was the third pacer we were playing in those USA leg of the tournament, and he was also very, very good. But the limelight was stolen by none other than the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Jasprit Bumrah. Definitely the best player that is going around in international cricket at the moment. He is almost unplayable. Just the sheer smartness and the way he bowls, just the way he reads the game, it is fabulous. Well, India moving on towards the Super 8s. And we knew that we are going to face up Australia. It was already seeded. And after that loss, it was like, कुछ भी हो जाए यार, ऑस्ट्रेलिया को तो हराना ही. It was something very personal that not just the fans were caring, but the players as well. And that's the game where Rohit really hit it out of the park. A big daddy 90, helping India to reach a big total. And also, mind you not, जिस हिसाब से ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने शुरू किया था, एक मोमेंट पे बिल्कुल ऐसा लगा था कि यार ये ट्रेविस हेड वापस जीता जाएगा भाई, बट नहीं, अगेन the bowlers came to the party and got us the wickets. It was a very crucial game for us to win, just in a psychological point of view. It was a blockage that we needed to clear, and then we were into the semis. And yet, it was another revenge story that was building up in the semis. It was India versus England. Last time we faced them in the semi-finals in the T20 World Cup, हम हार गए थे 10 विकेट से. So yes, there was a lot of baggage that was coming with it. The game was also rain inflicted. Yes, अगर ये गेम थोड़ी भी कम हो जाती, 10 या 15 ओवर की होती, then it could have swayed in towards England. Why am I saying that? क्योंकि उनकी strength है वो. They play T10 cricket, and India strength lie in playing all out that 20 overs. Well, yet again, it was Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav's partnership that helped create a strong backbone for Indian batting, providing the low end batters to come in and really hit it out of the park. It was Hardik Pandya who was in fabulous touch, hitting those important runs, and as well as Jadeja. Yes, come run high, but came in very quick balls. So yes, that was an impactful innings. And again, it was the bowlers, more so ever Aksar Patel, who just broke the back of England. Yes, they did get a good start. पहली 2 ओवर में अच्छा स्टार्ट मिल गया था, बट उसके बाद हमने विकेट्स निकाली, एंड इंडिया फॉर देम it was just a cakewalk in the semi-finals towards the end. Yes, it was the bowlers' domination all through. What was the weak point for India going into the finals? It was Virat Kohli. I could never imagine that I would say Virat Kohli was a weak point for India. It was coming. He was coming off a very, very good IPL, but the runs just dried up in the T20 World Cup. It was the middle order, maybe Shivam Dube, but although I personally felt that Shivam Dube was playing to his role almost decently. For me, the biggest weakest link was the opening partnership. And it was the finals. It was India versus South Africa. The generational chokers versus the decade chokers, as it was said. It was Virat Kohli in the finals who stepped up. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli got off to a great start in the finals, but from the other hand, wickets just kept on falling. It was the middle order partnership of Virat Kohli and Aksar Patel. Aksar Patel, I think, had the best of the tournament that I've ever seen from a spinner, also a all-round spinner. It was just fabulous tournament for him, and he continued that form with the bat in hand in the finals as well. A very crucial partnership for India. Virat Kohli sticking up toward the end. Yes, strike rate thoda kam tha, but toward the end wo push kiya. And the bowling, wow. Now that was a very high pressure game. मतलब अगर आपको थोड़ा भी बीपी है तो it definitely shot up. Yes, 2-3 एम्बुलेंस तो मैंने मेरी सोसाइटी में ही सुन ली थी. And it was a game like that. Going from 30 balls, 30 required. Hendrik Klaasen still playing, but it was again the bowlers. And this time it were the seam bowlers. Hardik Pandya, the GOAT, Jasprit Bumrah, and amazing Arshdeep Singh. Again, Hardik Pandya, I have been saying this throughout the IPL. आपको लगेगा कि ठीक है फाइनल जीत गया इसलिए हार्दिक पांड्या की तारीफ कर रहे हैं, नहीं. Hardik Pandya has been the key. That's what I have been maintaining since the IPL, and yet it is true. Hardik Pandya was that key. Came out, picked out a very important wicket of Henrik Klaasen. That's where the game turned. Bowled a very quiet over. Jasprit Bumrah coming back, bowling a quiet over. Again, Hardik Pandya bowling quiet. Jasprit Bumrah getting a wicket and just giving 2 runs in his last over. Arshdeep Singh bowling another quiet over. And then that catch of Surya Kumar Yadav. Oh my God. It was the World Cup that he held on. And now, that was the story of Indian cricket team. The players who had just missed out on that ODI World Cup final finally got to the T20 World Cup and won it. It was the coaching staff who had built up the team and finally won it. There were a lot of retirements that happened after the game. But before we move on to that, I'd like to discuss a few personal stories of the players. It is Hardik Pandya that I like to discuss the most. Hardik Pandya in the IPL, he was booed all around. अपने ही देश में अपने ही लोग उसको गालियां दे रहे थे. क्यों? क्योंकि भाई एमआई ने, मार्क बाउचर ने कोई डिसीजन लिया. And Hardik, of course, if you are getting an appraisal, if you're getting a position higher, you're getting more money, you would move. You are moving to a award-winning franchisee, champion franchisee. So yes, I don't think there was nothing to blame Hardik Pandya. It was Mumbai's management that did him the damage. और कुछ भी बोलो, डिवोर्स के रूमर्स आए, देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ गोइंग इन हिज पर्सनल लाइफ. चलो उसमें डीप डाइव करते भी नहीं है क्योंकि हमें पता नहीं है क्या चल रहा है. But everything that there was in the public eye was against Hardik Pandya. Everyone had just given up upon him. The 6 months period that he went through was the toughest of all. And Hardik Pandya, after the match, also said that for a player playing the final, bowling that last over, 6 महीने पहले जो पब्लिक उसे गालियां दे रही थी, they were looking up to him in that final over, and he was able to make the difference. It is just a beautiful story that you just keep on working, keep on doing your work, keep your hustle on, and the results will come. There is a tough time for everyone, but you just have to keep your head down, keep working, and finally, there will come a point where you will win in life. Yes, it is an amazing human story that I can really connect with, and I think people would really connect with. Hardik Pandya, the player, has been fantastic for India from the day he has played. He is arguably the best seeming all rounder going around in the international cricket circuit. And yet, he was just given pure hatred from everyone. And still, he bounces back, and he bounces back in style. And the next story that I want to move on, the next personal story that I want to move on is Rahul Dravid. The story that almost defined the circle of life for me. It was Rahul Dravid who was leading, the captain for India in 2007 ODI World Cup, which was played in West Indies. India was thrown out in the group stage. बहुत ज्यादा जो बैकलैश बोलते हैं वो हुआ था राहुल द्रविड़ के सामने. He was stripped down of the captaincy. It was possibly the darkest period he ever went through as a player. And then coming as a coach, coming so close in 2023 ODI World Cup, could not get it. And then coming back to West Indies, where he had very bittersome memories. Coming to West Indies, coaching the Indian side, and finally lifting the trophy. You could see the emotions that were flowing through all out. And then we move on to the three people who are retiring from the T20 ice. That is Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Sir Ravindra Jadeja. All of them proper legends of the game. Virat Kohli. He has everything. He won the test maze. Yes, WTC nahi aaya, but the test maze was first lifted by him. It was the ODI World Cup, he definitely won. Champions Trophy, he had. T20 World Cup, wow, there was nothing to show. There were several points in his career where people thought he was not good for T20 ice. 2014, he was the player of the tournament. 2016, again the player. 2022, the best player for Team India. 2024, coming from a great IPL season, it was just a drought. He himself said that there were times when he was on the pitch and he had no clue where the next run was coming from. I was never expecting to hear that from Virat Kohli. He had a rough patch in between. He came up from there. 2023, possibly the best ODI batting that I've ever seen by any player. 2024 IPL re-innovates himself so that he can fit into the situation, into the style of brand of cricket that the Indian team wants. He does it successfully. 2024, he comes in टूर्नामेंट पूरी ऐसी जाती है जहां रन्स आते ही नहीं है, एंड देन इन द फाइनल he plays such a vital role. Again, such an amazing story. Just discipline and grit, self belief is what can get you that far. Moving on, Rohit Sharma made his debut with a T20I game, was the champion in the T20 World Cup trophy in 2007. Again, it was a fairy tale. 2023, we all saw what he went through, the sleepless nights, the tears that he shed on the ground. वो खड़ा हूं आज भी सही सॉन्ग, मतलब वो रील तो अभी मेरे दिमाग में आ जाती है जस्ट एज आई थिंक. एंड फॉर हिम, just the way he celebrated after the World Cup, the reactions that he had, it was everything to win for. It was everything. It was a desperation. It was a need. It was a fire that within him that he wanted to lift this ICC trophy, and he did. Moving on, Sir Ravindra Jadeja. Yes, उतनी बातें हम नहीं करते हैं, but I've always respected him, let alone his batting and bowling. Of course, he's great with those two skill set, but just the fielding, it is fabulous. He saves around 8 to 10 runs every match. What more than that do you need in a fielder? Yes, it is drastic that the senior pros are just leaving the T20 ice. It feels like the childhood is coming to an end. Well, it is a story. Every player would leave someday or the other, but the way they are leaving is what makes me happy. With the world trophy in their hands and a big smile on their face. Well, with that, we come towards the end of our video. Please, please, please do let me know if you like this format, the story format, stories surrounding the cricket format videos. So yes, if you do like it, please let me know in the comment section below and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm your host Nishit, signing off. Thank you.